We all live as if death happens to someone else. We plan our tomorrow, our dreams, our ambitions, forgetting that life's most certain event is also its most unpredictable. But to a yogi, death isn't a tragedy, it's a transition. The question is, can we know when that transition will come? Not as a prediction from a palm reader, but as a lived inner knowing. According to Sadhguru, a person who has mastered their life energies can also determine the time and nature of their exit. To understand that, we must first understand what death really is in the yogic view. It's a process. When you sleep, your prana, your life energy withdraws partially. When you die, it withdraws completely. If you are conscious of this withdrawal, you are set to die aware. If you are not, you die in confusion, which is what happens to most people. A realized being doesn't just live consciously, they die consciously. They can sense their prana preparing to leave long before it happens. Just as you can sense rain in the air before clouds burst, they sense the stillness building before the final moment. The ancient yogic texts mention that before death, several subtle signs begin to appear in one's energy body. The rhythm of the breath changes. The heat distribution in the body reverses. Warmth begins to move towards the navel instead of the limbs. The pulse of life energy, which usually vibrates outward, starts to turn inward. For an ordinary person, these signs go unnoticed. But a yogi, someone deeply aware of this movement of energy, feels it as clearly as feeling the heartbeat. Sadhguru once narrated how certain masters, days before their passing, would tell their disciples to prepare, not out of fear, but out of precision. Their awareness was so sharp that they knew when the process of disconnection had begun. Most people measure time through clocks, but yogis measure the time through the beat of life energy. If you sit in deep meditation and become aware of every breath, every pulse, every pranic rhythm, you begin to sense the life clock ticking inside you. It's said that the number of breaths allotted to a person is fixed at birth. Once they are used, the game is over. So yogis don't try to extend life. They try to expand awareness within it. In that expanded awareness, they know not just when life will end, but how to step out of it gracefully. Throughout history, there have been countless accounts of yogis announcing their death in advance. They would tell their disciples, 3 days from now, at sunrise, I will leave. One such story is that of Bhogar Siddha, a South Indian sage. Before leaving his body, he bathed, meditated, gave blessings, and sat in lotus posture, entering Mahasamadhi with full awareness. Sadhguru often points to such beings and says, when you live by choice, death too must happen by choice. They didn't die, they simply departed. Their awareness was so vast that even the moment of exit became a conscious act, not an accident. In the yogic view, the human body is not just flesh and bone, it's a living geometry. It's turned to the earth's magnetic cycles, the sun's patterns, and cosmic alignments. When your system is in perfect sync with this geometry, you can sense the subtle disturbances that announce the body's closure. It's like hearing the hum of a machine as it winds down. Advanced yogis can even choose to align this moment with specific cosmic timings because they understand that living during certain planetary alignments ensures a smoother passage through the afterlife realms. This isn't philosophy, it's physics of consciousness. When a person knows their moment of death, fear simply evaporates because the unknown becomes known. For such a being, death is not darkness, it's a doorway. In many yogic traditions, when a master leaves, it's celebrated, not mourned. Drums are played, lamps are lit, because the master didn't fall, he rose. As Sadhguru beautifully said, if you live every moment with absolute involvement, death will come to you as a friend, not a foe. When awareness is total, life and death are just two sides of the same flame. You and I may not yet have mastery over our prana, but we can start by being conscious of every breath. Because death is not something that happens one day, it's happening every moment. Each exhalation is a tiny rehearsal for the final one. If we can live fully aware of that, then even if we don't know the exact moment of death, we'll be ready whenever it comes. To die consciously is to live consciously. There is no difference. So, can you know the moment of your death? Yes, not through fear, but through profound awareness. When life becomes utterly transparent, death reveals itself like the next step on a well-lit path. Until that day, remember, each breath you take is both a gift and a countdown. Use it wisely. May your awareness be deeper than your fear. So, when the final moment arrives, you recognize it as your own creation. If this video helped you see death through a new lens, share it with someone who still fears it. And for more such profound explorations, subscribe, share, and stay conscious.